Right off the top of our newscast here, it's a big day in the January 6th insurrection and the investigation. There's actually a surprise hearing that will be taking place.
Yeah, and the man who tried to assassinate President Ronald Reagan is speaking out after being released from psychiatric care after 30 years. So joining us live in studio, once again, CBS Chief Washington Correspondent Major Garrett. Good morning to you, Major. Really appreciate you being here. Can we talk about this last-minute hearing here again? Like you said, you're here, which means it really is a surprise.
Right.
What's going on here?
So, Cassidy Hutchinson is the witness. There may be others, but we know for a fact that she will be a witness. Who is she? She was a top assistant to the Chief of Staff of the President of the United States in those waning days of the administration, Mark Meadows. So she was inside the White House on not only January 6th, but all the days leading up to that, and can give eyewitness testimony to what she heard, maybe what the demeanor of the president was, and anything relevant to the days leading up to and including January 6th, because many people want to know, what was the President of the United States actually thinking, doing, and saying when the Capitol of the United States was being ransacked by his supporters.
Okay. And for, obviously here on CBS, we've been airing these hearings throughout all of this time. The importance of them, why viewers need to be watching this. Tell us about that.
The viewers are going to make up their own minds about this, but this is, I would argue, a crucial moment in the history of our country and our understanding of what democracy is and isn't. The essential question before the country is, can we and should we live in a country where you can contest an election result simply because you don't like it? And if we accept that, then we're essentially accepting the watering down, the dilution, and the eventual end of our democracy. You campaign, you let the votes be counted, and when the count is in, even if you're on the losing side, you have to accept. And if you don't, then you're dismantling democracy. And that's the essence of what this hearing, these sets of hearings, is trying to drive.
And we have probably a couple more, maybe even going into July.
We will definitely have hearings in July, yes.
Okay. You're in town. I wish you were in town for vacation because you're a very busy guy.
You don't get to vacation.
But you're working on a story here. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So the nation is absorbing the deep ramifications of the Supreme Court decision on Friday overturning Roe versus Wade. So it's an abortion-related story for Sunday morning.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much of it away, but it's a very important interview with someone who was very much a part of the consciousness the country had before Roe was decided about the complexities and the deep, intimate human difficulties of having to decide whether or not to have an abortion.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right, Major. And Major, you also sat down exclusively with the man who tried to kill President Ronald Reagan. He was released recently from psychiatric care after decades, right?
He was released in 2016, put in his mother's care, but he was given his full unconditional release, no restrictions at all, about 2 weeks ago. Now, for those of us who were alive at the time, it was a deeply traumatic moment. The President of the United States, Ronald Reagan, had only been in office a few weeks, was nearly killed by John Hinckley. One of the bullets that he fired missed him, but ricocheted off the presidential limousine, lodged within an inch of the president's heart. He was in the hospital for 2 weeks. He shot 3 other people. He paralyzed the White House Press Secretary, James Brady. And we sat down with him to find out if he wanted something, if he wanted to say something to the country or to those victims. Let's take a listen.
I shot 4 people. And I'm sorry to the Reagan family, the Brady family, the other families of the victims.
Would you like them to consider forgiving you?
Yes. They probably can't, but I wish they would.
Do you want to give them a reason to?
I feel terrible for what I did, and I've had remorse for many years for what I did, and if I could take it all back, I would. I swear, I would take it all back.
Wow.
The Hinckley case changed legal history in this country as well as altering the trajectory of the Reagan presidency. He was found not guilty by a jury due to insanity. Several states changed their insanity defense provisions after that, and even federal law was changed. So I know some people, what are you talking to John Hinckley? Who wants to hear from him? He's a historical figure, and if he had something to say to the nation and those victims, we wanted to sit down and hear him say it. And
you could sense that he felt very remorseful for everything.
That's what came across to me. Viewers will make up their own mind, but that's what came across to me.
And at this point, not necessarily a threat to the country.
He did not feel threatening to me. No, he did not.
Okay.
You can watch that full story coming up on CBS Mornings at 7 a.m. right here on CBS 8.
Major, great to thank you so much for being
here.
Go
Padres, right?
Seriously, go Padres. I know, it's great to see you. Thank you.
Thanks again for coming in.